What's up? Y'all gonna love me tonight because I'm gonna show you one of the things I do that makes everybody go crazy. So first I'm gonna show you what I got on the counter, and then we're gonna talk about it cooking, and then you're gonna see the woof, the end result. So yeah, let me show you what we got going on here. So what we have here is some fresh Parmesan. The prime star for tonight, some skinless salmon, and I'm much rather would do the fresh Brussels sprouts, but these were on sale, so we got two of these. So yeah, make that happen. And I've got some julienne cut sun-dried tomatoes, some fresh dill. Now I'm gonna tell you, this will be the first time I've used dill in this recipe. I'm hoping it works out like I think it will. Onion powder, yeah, whatever. Can't do anything without some fresh black peppercorns. I've got some old style mustard. You can use whatever. Some butter. I always get the unsalted because I want to control the salt that goes into my stuff. This is important. So, some balsamic vinegar glaze. Oh, yeah. And I really need some lime juice, but I was out, so I'm going to use some lemon juice. And to be honest, because I'm lazy, I always have a big jar of the great minced garlic. This one. So we've talked a little in the past about the spice and tea exchange. This, for doing anything fishy, is one of my absolute favorites because it's salt, but it's got the zesty lemon. Hold on. Shit. Sorry. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to read this. So blend it with salt, fresh orange, lemon, lime, zest, ginger, green peppercorns, and rose petals. This stuff is phenomenal on anything I do that involves fish. And I've been on a big kick lately. So I do my mayo, but I'm really a big fan of this Kraft olive oil mayo. Let me turn on the light. So Rebecca just bought me this huge set of copper cooking stuff. So this will be the first time I've used this Nordic ware. And y'all know me well enough to know, you brand Nordic on it, I'm going to be all over it. So we're going to see how that does under the broiler. And what we've got here is a couple of bowls. And this one's going to primarily be the... If you want to be lazy, you can get the canned stuff. And I've got the plastic thing of the Parmesan, but I'm sorry. If I'm doing $24 worth of salmon, which was on sale, I'm going to spend $6 and get the good Parmesan. So we're going to grate the Parmesan in the bowl. And then I'm going to mix the stuff to go on the salmon in this one. So what I'm going to do now is get rid of this nasty light. I'm going to prep some stuff. And I'm going to show you each of the steps. And I'm going to tell you, I have had multiple people tell me that this Parmesan crusted salmon is one of the best things they've ever had. So I'm going to do a little prep and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so I took half of that pack of the fresh dill and I cut it into like 1/8 of an inch pieces. And this, I'm going to scooch right over here. I'm going to talk a little bit what I did in between. So I took all the stuff that goes in the topping for the salmon, and I put it in here. So what we got in here is, and you guys will laugh at me. So when it calls for softened butter, I will very often take a slightly softened butter and just grate it, because that makes it so much easier to mix. And then I've got 2 heaping tablespoons of mayo, and I've got a tablespoon of minced garlic, and I've got some salt and pepper, and we're gonna, can you scooch this into here? She's like, leave me alone. So Rebecca's gonna scooch that, so all that dill's going in there. And the other thing we did while y'all were gone is we grated that big chunk of Parmesan cheese. And I'm not going to get all technical, because all I know is I got to divide it among 3 things, right? I want to put the majority of it in the stuff that goes on top of the salmon. And a little bit will be left to put on top of the salmon once the topping is browned, and a little bit to go on the Brussels sprouts when they're done. So here's what we're gonna do, right? We got this big bowl full of freshly grated, and I'm just gonna grab a huge handful, right? And just drop it in here. That's how we do it. Right, can you stir it up? She's like, oh my God, don't make me do work. So she's gonna stir that up. And I'm going to show you what we got going on here. So we talked about the Nordic ware with the new amazing cookware that Rebecca bought me. So the salmon was on sale. I'm a little disappointed with 2 of them, because the little tails are way too damn skinny. So what I've done is I sprayed this side of the pan with some olive oil cooking spray, and I put the broiler on high. We're gonna take these and throw them in the oven. And we're gonna let them sit for 7 minutes, and then I'm gonna flip them and give them another 7 minutes. And then what you just saw Rebecca stirring, we're gonna coat on top of these, and we're gonna leave them under the broiler until they get nice and brown, and then I'll show you what we do from there. So she's still stirring. I'm gonna stick these in the broiler, and we've got plenty of Parmesan left for the other stuff, and I'll show you where we're doing next. All right, so we've done like a half a dozen things since we last talked, but we're only gonna talk about a couple of them. One is, oh my God, smoke detectors. So apparently the one in the hallway has no stop, I'm just broiling. So anyway, so the salmon, I did 6 to 7 minutes under the broiler on high. So both sides, and where'd the bowl go? You moved the bowl. So we talked about the stuff that we mixed in the bowl. And while I was trying to stop the smoke detector from screaming at us, Rebecca smeared the, oh my god, mayonnaise, Parmesan, garlic, all that good stuff, right? So now it's on here. So we're gonna put this back under the broiler, and we're gonna leave it until this starts turning brown, and then we're gonna come back. So, let it turn brown, and I'll be right back. Yeah, so they sitting here rocking and rolling. We're just waiting for the Parmesan.
I have to do
we're just waiting for the Parmesan and stuff to get kind of brown, and then we'll pull it out. We got a few more things to do, but I figured y'all love to see this because there's like flashing and woohoo. Anyway, who's out? All right, let me.
It's really freaking hot.
So that, oh my god, it's so hot. But here's what we got. So this is the 5 pieces of salmon covered with the Parmesan stuff. And now we're gonna pour the steamed sprouts. Yes, I know some of you call these the evil whatevers, but I love me some Brussels sprouts, and it's the sprouts with the sun-dried tomatoes. And what we're gonna do here is take the nice glaze and just pour it over the top. Oh yeah, nice. All right, and then what I'm gonna have Rebecca do, that's good, is take the rest of the Parmesan we had left and just sprinkle it randomly over the sprouts, and whatever's left over the salmon with its already Parmesan crust, because you can't have too much Parmesan. Although I think we might have come close to having too much. Anyway, she looks very serious. Can you smile?
Okay?
Yeah, you're okay. So we've now
Yes.
taken these steamed sprouts with the sun-dried tomatoes and the balsamic glaze and covered them with the Parmesan, and then, oh my God, the salmon that we covered with the amazing mixture and already browned. We're gonna cover it with a little bit more Parmesan, and they're gonna go back in the broiler. So Rebecca's gonna throw them back in the broiler. So she's double gloving because that shit's hot. All right, so, and we're just gonna let them sit here long enough for this new layer of Parmesan to get all kinds of pissed off and bubbly and brown, and we'll be right back. Okay, so, oh my goodness, so
Can we be together?
we talked about the 5 salmon pieces, and y'all saw what we put on top of them. We broiled them till the topping started turning brown, and then we pulled them out, and
That's what he said.
we dumped the steamed Brussels sprouts on the same tray and
It's your part.
hit them with the balsamic vinaigrette and the, oh my God, sun-dried tomatoes. And then Rebecca was so amazing because she like covered everything on here with the rest of the grated Parmesan. So yeah, underneath of all of this Parmesan cheesy goodness, there's at least 5 pieces of salmon. And she was pretty awesome because while she's sitting here, do you really need me to come do this? And she came in and she put the stuff and the sprinkling. Yeah, she totally somehow found time to cut up some tomatoes and some mozzarella with the balsamic glaze. And we normally would have had a piece of fresh basil under each piece of mozzarella, but we totally raped our basil plant when we did them the other night, because you can only do like 2 of these and your basil plant's like, dude, I'm done. Anyway, so we're gonna do the caprese mozzarella whatever, and the sprouts steamed and then topped with the sun-dried tomatoes and Parmesan, and I cannot wait to dig into these freaking salmons. Anyway, so that's what we did tonight. Yeah, it totally beats your damn McDonald's dinner y'all had. Hey, so you see what we got? Here's the salmon with all that cheesy goodness, and the Brussels sprouts with the and what Becca did with the what do you call these? Caprese, the stacks, whatever. So, how's the salmon?
Amazing.
You can do better than that. Oh my God, it's the best cheesy goodness I've ever put in my mouth.
It's amazing, cheesy, good.
Yeah. All right, Fran. What do you think of the salmon?
Fantastic salmon, and you need to get some.
It's fantastic. Hey!
Yeah, baby.
Love you guys. Peace out.